6th, that's going to be opening for Kelly Pickler here in New Jersey. September 6th. Well, I'll keep that out to you guys. It's a free concert, so you might want to come out and hang out with us and hear that. Well, greetings, everybody. It's so good to be here. And, I do realize we're running a little late, and I won't talk long, not so much that I'm worried about you, but I am hungry. But I do want to share a couple of thoughts with you guys before I get out of here. I guess since I came 1,500 miles, I might as well say a couple of things. For you guys that don't know me, I am Pressley SS. I'm a high school basketball coach by trade. I don't coach any longer, but I did for 16 years at Lakeview High School in Garland, Texas. I loved it, did it with a passion, felt like I helped a few kids, but I never made much money. I finally decided that the Mavericks, Lakers, or Sixers just weren't going to call me, so I was trying to figure out something to do when a friend of mine showed me this business, just like you guys. I mean, I didn't get in with any special deals or anything like that. I just saw the business and decided, hey, that looks pretty good. I decided to give it a shot. I had one goal. I wanted to make $1,000 a month. I thought, well, if I can make $1,000 a month, I can pay some credit card bills down. So I put my head down and I started working the business. I mean, working the business, guys, is just simply opening your mouth, huh? Just live life, but talk to people as you go. So I just started saying, hey, I got something I want to run by you. Hey, I got something I want to get your opinion on. Hey, let's have lunch tomorrow. Hey, swing by the house after work today. Hey, I just started doing stuff like that. Got a few no's, got a few guesses, but the business started growing slowly, much slower than I wanted it to. But it took me about 6 months, but I went to the mailbox. This was before direct deposit. Pulled an envelope out. There was a check in there. I have never been so happy to see a comma in my whole life as to have a residual check with my name on it and a comma involved. I reached my goal. But I used to go to church with a man named Zig Ziglar. Some of you guys might have heard of Zig before he passed. Zig would always tell us, he'd say, go as far as you can see. And when you get there, you're going to be able to see further. Well, I tell you what, when we got it to $1,000 a month, I could see 3,000. So I put my head down, went back to work, started talking to more people, started building the team, we got it to 3,000. Well, geez, once we got it to 3, I could see 5,000. So I put my head back down, went to work, talking to people, working at it. We got it to 5. But then, like Zig said, I could see further. I could see 10,000 a month. I mean, that had been a pipe dream most of my life to think about making 10 grand a month. But I put my head down, went back to work. We got it to $10,000 a month. Guys, Jeannie and I have been blessed to make about $21 million in the last 9 years. You guys have been to my meetings lately. I don't usually say that, but I want you to understand the point here because this is huge for us. How many in here, if you're not already, well, I'm sure we do have a few millionaires, but how many would like to be a millionaire? Okay, that's just about all of it. Randy Hedge would say, if you didn't raise your hand, we need the seats, so y'all go ahead and go. Guys, I was sitting in a meeting of about 50 people. The first meeting that Ignite ever had, and I am sitting there in this group of about 50 people, and it wasn't all this fancy stuff and all that. It was a guy with a marker scratching, and he's showing us this stuff, and we're looking at it, and I mean, the company's just now getting going. They were calling it mystery energy and, stuff like that, and I mean, that's I'm not making this up. You couldn't make this up, I'm not making this up. This is really what happened. I'm sitting in that first meeting. Out of that first meeting, about 10 of us decided to do the business. 10 of us stuck around. I can pick all 10 out of the top 25 money earners. There's 40 people that said in that first meeting that could have made millions of dollars that decided, nah, I ain't doing it, or they got a few no's and they quit along the way, or whatever the story was. I don't really know what it is. But I do know the ones that stick and stayed out of that group have become millionaires, guys. You're sitting at a meeting just like I was sitting in, 10 years ago almost. You're sitting at that same meeting. Only, guys, we were getting excited because we were launching one little old state. One state. We were launching Texas. That was it. I mean, we were all pumped up to launch Texas, We're talking about launching the nation, guys.
Amen.
And understand this, Bounce was talking about all that stuff. This is the beginning. This is step one. You know, we're not just talking about mobile here. Mobile is the remote control of our life. We're talking about launching financial services and insurance and TV and internet. And I mean, I could go on. And I mean, don't hold me to all that. I'm not the corporate guy, but I do know they've got plans to conquer the world. They've got plans to, you know, take this all nationwide. And then, you know, if you look, there's billions of mobile phones worldwide. You realize there's 335 million mobile phones right now in America? 335 million. You realize the experts are predicting in the next 3 years they're going to add another 150 million. Guys, we're talking about something that's awesome. We're going to have 2 carriers. Guys, we're going to have one of the big boys where we do it, you know, big time, high dollar, if that's what you want, and we'll have one of the lesser price ones for the college students and people that are worried about getting the cheapest thing they can. They've guaranteed me that we're going to have some amazing rates. I'm planning on conquering the world with starting off with mobile phones, guys. And I'm telling you this, you got to understand, this is our chance. This is our first meeting, just like we had that first meeting. And as I look around right now, I'm trying to, in my mind, burn in the people that are sitting here, because you're sitting at that first meeting, and I can still remember a bunch of the people that were sitting at that first meeting 10 years ago, and now they're gone, and it's amazing. When I bump into them, I get this story all the time. So you're doing pretty good with that thing, huh? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good with that thing. I guess I should have hung in there, shouldn't I? Well, it's probably been a good move. I don't want to be having that discussion with people in this room a few years from now, guys, as we're launching, you know, nationwide with this thing. This is our chance. We've got a chance to change our lives. Now, I'm going to give you the 2 steps. I usually do 4 points. I'm giving you 2 points because we're short on time today. But my first point is you got to get serious. You got to get serious. Anybody in this room can change their life. Everybody in this room, guys, everybody sitting out there has greatness inside you. Every person in this room has greatness inside you, but I'm telling you what, you've got to dig around and hunt and claw and find it, see? It took me a long time. I actually found it was down in the bottom of my right little toe down here. I finally figured out it was down there, but I had to hunt for it. Everybody in this room, guys, we got to get serious about changing our life. It doesn't just happen. We're here for about that long on this earth, guys, and it's time that we make a change in our life, because if we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to keep getting what we're getting. Ain't nothing going to change if we don't change. You know, we keep going, oh, I want more, I want this, I want that. I tell you, my next book is going to be called You Can Be, Do, and Have More. That's going to be the title of my next book. But you got to understand, you got to be before you can do, and you got to do before you can have. That's just a fact of life. Guys, everybody in this room, we need to be growing as a person. Everybody in this room needs to be reading. And I don't have time to go into all my stuff I usually do. But get you a book and start reading every day, 10 pages. Take 10 minutes and read 10 pages. In a year, you've read about 15, 20 good books. You need to be listening to good stuff as you're driving around in your car. Put your book on CD and start listening as you're driving around, instead of listening to that negative crap news that we hear all the time. Let's put something in our mind that can change us a little bit. And the biggest one is you find you some winners in Stream and Ignite, and you start running around with winners. Because if you're running with losers, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to find out it's next to impossible for you to be positive, and all of a sudden you're going to figure out your life's going to pass you by, and you're not going to accomplish anything because you're running with people that hold you down. See, inmates don't want to see another prisoner escape, ladies and gentlemen. They just don't. They're going to tell you how crazy you are and all that sort of stuff. It's always amazing. Here's a piece of advice I'm going to give you right now. If somebody tries to give you advice and they don't have what you want, don't listen. There'd be a guy in our life that we wouldn't listen if he tried to give us directions. But we'll listen when he says, oh, those things don't work. Oh, really? Okay, good. I'm not going to do it then. You know, I mean, it's crazy. We'll listen to people that have no credibility. They don't even have 2 nickels to rub together. But we'll take it as the gospel because they said that. Guys, I'm telling you, you get with somebody that's made something out of themselves. You get with somebody that's changed their life. You get somebody that's at least pulling the rope the same way you're pulling it. And then start taking some advice, guys. We've got to understand that we got to be before we can do. So we're going to start reading and listening and hanging with winners, and that's how we're going to be more, guys. Then the do part is we got to get our butt out there and do something. See, it is time in this company for the next generation of leaders to rise up. Forget the old timers and the old heads that have been around a long time. It's time for the next generation of leaders to rise up. It's time, you're going to like this one, Junior, it's time for the next generation of top money earners to rise up. We're going from 6 states to 50 states. The money that's been made in my residual check was $185,000. I believe in the next 2 or 3 years, that'll look like peanuts compared to what some people are earning as we go across this nation. But you got to get your butt out there and do something, or nothing's going to change, guys. So we're going to start growing by reading and listening and running with winners, and we're going to start doing. We got to start plugging into the meetings, guys. You know, yeah, we got 300-400 people or whatever it is. It should be like this every week. I mean, if you want to change your life, or you can sit home and watch Dancing with the Stars or something like that. You know, but we got to understand, watching that big electronic income reducer is doing nothing for us. I just call it a time-wasting electronic income reducer. I mean, that's really what that thing is. We've got a chance to change our lives with what's going on. It's all about timing in business, guys. And because of the timing of everything that we've got coming, now is the time to go. And you say, well, we're not launching for a couple of months. They said November. Oh, wow, my gosh. You realize if you ever watched a surfer when the wave's coming, do they just sit there and then the wave just goes by? No, because if they just sit on that surfboard and that wave comes, they just kind of bob up and down and there goes the wave. When the wave is coming, when that big kahuna is coming, they start paddling that surfboard and getting a little momentum going. That's what we've got to be doing the next 2 months. I can tell you right now, I promise you this, guys, I don't have to work anymore.
Amen.
But I also don't know how much is enough, and I ain't got there yet, okay? I want to ride one more big wave before I go out and buy my place in Aruba or wherever that is. Guys, we got to understand, we got to start paddling right now for the next couple of months. We want to get as much going here as we can, and we want to be making lists of everybody we know in every state in the union. We want to be getting ready for this thing, and then when November hits, guys, I don't know about you guys, but let's go on these cruises. If you're not an SD, get your butt to SD, let's go on that cruise, all right? I was on the last one. It was awesome. It was awesome. If you're an SD, get your butt to ED, Aruba. And we're staying at the Ritz-Carlton, guys. I mean, that's where they come by and spray your face with that Avion water. And they hand you little sticks with fruit on it. And you're eating these fruit off the sticks. And they come right by and spray your face with water. I mean, why wouldn't we? Or we can sit at home and watch Dancing with the Stars. Amen or oh me, guys? I mean, we got a chance to do something special, but we got to get serious. We got to be before we can do, and then we got to get our butt out there. And understand this, you got to show a lot of people. You're going to be talking your lips off, and a bunch of them are going to tell you, so what? Losers got to watch their Dancing with the Stars, but we're going to do something with our lives, okay? And then if we'll change who we are by reading and listening and running with winners, and if we'll get our butt out there and start working, then we can have anything that we want. See, I grew up in South Dallas, guys, where there were 2 murders and a rape within 7 houses. The house across the street from me, they confiscated 500 pounds of marijuana. My dad ran off when I was 9. My mom worked in a sewing factory. We were dirt poor. So?
That's right. Look at me.
You know, all that sounds good. That would be some real good excuses, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, that would be some real good excuses. But I tell you what, everybody in this room, we got to start owning up to our own responsibility and quit blaming our great-great-grandparents. What our grandparents did, or what even our mom and dad did. I hope you had great parents. You know, I had a good mom, but my dad, he was a loser big time. You know, I never even saw him. My mom didn't know how to make money, but she was a godly woman and taught me a few things, you know. But I tell you what, I can use that as an excuse, but we don't want to use that as an excuse. Guys, we need to set an example for our kids and our grandkids and show them that somebody with our name can do something with their life. I challenge us all, guys. We've got amazing things happening, but we've got to take advantage of it now. We've got to have that faith. We're sitting in that room with 50 people, just like I did, and we didn't even know the name of the company. Are there any guarantees in life? No. But I tell you what, we got a chance to do something, and if you like this boy, all I ever wanted was a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came out of the ghettos. I sure did. I'm proud of it. It makes me appreciate everything I got, but it also should let you know that I don't care what your background is. You can do anything I've done if you're willing to. I believe with what we're fixing to do, I think people will pass me. Now, they're going to have to work hard to pass me. I challenge people to do it because I want the competitor in me to come out. Guys, let's get our button gear and do it. Let's draw the line in the sand today and say, I'm going to go on these trips. I'm going to win those contests. I'm going to get promoted. I'm going to make millions of dollars. I'm going to show my family that somebody with our name can accomplish great and mighty things with their lives, guys. I'm going to be here this week. I'm going to do Fort Washington Monday night. Steve Fisher will be here Monday night. Tuesday night, Steve and I both will be in Harrisburg, so things will get on that area. And then Wednesday, we're going to be in Westchester. They're changing Westchester from Tuesday to Wednesday to accommodate us being in town. Get people in front of us, guys. I mean, let's get into this thing. Let's make a commitment. Let's get focusing. You're gonna have to get out there and do some things you don't want to do. But I'm going to challenge everybody this. You don't even want your share. You don't want your share. You want more than your share of what's coming, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of people that don't get their share. They can sit on their butt and do nothing. Let's get out there and let's get more than our share, because I'm telling you, it is neat, guys, to have a little money in your life. I spent most of my life dead broke, but I'm going to tell you what, it's a whole lot more fun with money to be able to go where you want to go and do what you want to do and be with whoever you want to be with. But we can all do that. But I challenge us. Let's go out like an army now. And I can tell right now, some of you guys are up there looking at that guy's nuts. I tell you what, my wife would probably agree with you, but because I was willing to do some stuff outside of my comfort zone, I'm a rich nut now. I believe with all my heart there'll be two groups of us in this room. There's going to be the group that's glad they did, and there's going to be the group that wishes they had. Let's not screw this up, guys. We don't get many national launches like this. Let's take advantage of it. And to get us started, they have a promotion that for the next 4 days, for the next 4 days, Saturday, August 16th to Tuesday, August 19th, drum roll please, $199. Let's go find us up some folks. God bless.